Fellowship is what up? Welcome to the Fellowship Hall of the Twins and Ralph. I am Ralph, a.k.a. Big Ham, a.k.a. the smartest one in the room, and I'm back with my fellas. Twin number one, Lil Tiff, and twin number two, Solid Episode. Fellas, how look the people today?
Wrong podcast, fella. Wrong subject. What's up, fellowship? It's your boy Ken, a.k.a. the odd man out. Thanks for tuning in with us today.
What's up, fellowship? It is not Lil Tiff. It has never been Lil Tiff, nor will it ever be Lil Tiff. It's me, the moderator.
She cheated on your boy. You ain't Lil Tiff no more. Before that, you want to tip in every scene in every episode.
So for y'all fellowshippers that are confused, Big Ham obviously thinks we're talking about The Shy, but we are not. We're talking about Power.
Power Book 3, Raising Kanan to be exact. Season 1, Episode 4. Big Ham, if you're done with your jokes and whatnot, let's go. You know what? Hello, fellowshippers. It's me, the moderator. You know me. I know you. Now let's go ahead and get started with our review of Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 1, Episode 4. Big Ham, go ahead and start it off.
Yeah, man. Another entertaining episode.
Definitely.
We saw right off bat, not right off bat, but we saw why old girl took her mask down when she saved dude last week. When I went back and thought about it, kid had a point about her having her mask down. That was unnecessary. Her stopping the dude wasn't unnecessary. Her having a mask down wasn't necessary. That was true. But we saw why, because dude let her go because she saved him from a butt whooping. So he let her go, and then she go and step out and give it to her girlfriend. You better go make some money out there doggone coat. You almost got caught.
She was letting the game go, man.
Yeah, man. They just be tripped. They let these girls get in their head and forget all about the game.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with her letting it go.
I'm not, man. She need that money for the studio time.
Go ahead with your reaction.
She risking all that. They gonna get whatever. I didn't like that. So another thing I didn't like, man, was why did Marvin saw them before they saw him? Why he didn't get out of the car, creep up on them and off them folks, man?
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Because he's stupid.
He's reckless. Yeah, he's reckless.
He's stupid or just bad writing. But yeah.
I think that's him, bro.
And then when old boy realized that his folks had ran off on him, I went on ahead and dropped Kanan. I don't know if he thought keeping Kanan alive was going to help him get free. That was a good move by Marvin, though, man. That was a good move by him. To distract him, then pop him. That was a good move by him. But of course, Marvin being Marvin was stupid as well. I did like my boy Lou taking the other weak route for old girl, man. He took that weak simp route, man. Be hard on these little unloyal people, man. Be hard on her, man. You saw what she was in there doing. Don't simp out for her, man. I didn't like that. It was a nice move by Unique to keep up on Davina and be able to get the drop on him. That was a nice move by him. So they got a little product to move in the street. So I'm anxious to see how Rock gonna bounce back from this. The bodega dude, he's just too nervous for me, man. I don't understand it. You gotta understand what you got yourself involved in. You're too nervous, man. You absolutely too nervous.
He nervous and he calls shots.
Yeah, I saw Rock go and get the 2 apartments in the project, so I'm kind of anxious to see what she's gonna do with that. What that Rock gonna run as well. So it was an entertaining show. A little bit of, as Ken said, filler episode. I expected a little more action this week.
Right.
After the lack of action last week. I think they're running. They need to get to some action, or they're going to run the risk of a lot of people getting bored with the show.
Exactly.
Kind of get bored with the show because the only storyline I really care about now at this point is the drug game storyline. I don't really care for. I'm kind of over jukebox a little love interest. This is the one I really care about is the one with the game. So we're gonna see what happens, man. Overall, I'm all in on the show. So this show, I thought it was gonna be a little more entertaining, but it kind of it kind of bogged down. But I'm still interested though.
Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, I'm a wrap. I guess I was mildly entertained by the episode. It was an okay episode. To me, nothing really happened, and that was my kind of big issue with it, was that nothing really happened. I think the biggest thing that happened was Unique basically plotting and using Davina to get that information he needed, and I really had forgot that I really had forgotten that she didn't have any that that she knew anything at all about Kanan being in the game. But I think we complained about Kanan coming out of that house and basically being a little bit too weak around Davina, and it's gonna come back to bite him in it, and that's what ended up happening. And so my biggest issue was I was disappointed that Marvin brought Kanan, but okay, even if he did, I was extremely disappointed that he left Kanan.
Left him. Exactly.
And with that being said, there was no reason for him to leave Kanan other than to continue boxing up the stuff. But obviously, the stats house had been left alone before because it was empty when they got there. So it could have been left empty because they didn't know that anyone else knew about it. So the smarter thing would have been for him to take Kanan with him to either help unload the boxes or just wait in the car. There was no reason for Kanan to be left there alone. I mean, the packs in the boxes, that was the only reason for him to be there.
Yeah, that was the reason because you saw when Kanan first came in there, he talked about how messy it was.
I know, and I understand that, but it's still dangerous.
That was Marvin's mistake because he should have had the stuff already straight to
organized, right?
Yeah.
But either way, everything was gonna fit in his car. So if everything had been situated and he bought Kanan to help load it, was he still gonna leave Kanan there, or would he have taken Kanan with him? I don't know that Mom would have taken Kanan with him because he's still trying to keep it on the low, so he don't introduce somebody that may recognize it and tell Rocky. Or Rock. So I'm disappointed in Mom for doing that. And then the whole Jess and Famous, I'm over Famous, man. I want Famous gone. And Jess is messing up, and I'm disappointed in Lou that he wasn't harder on her. You know, the whole grabbing her arm when she was walking back in to give her a kiss and stuff. It's almost like she running the shots. You know, hey, I got to get back in there. Your mama running things. Your sister put you up, so I'm trying to do the same for my brother. I'm over her character. And then the main character that I'm over is the Tony lady. Her and Marvin. I don't get what she's adding to the show at all. I mean, maybe something gonna happen later. But so far, they just show a couple sex scenes with her and her talking, or either getting bluffed by Rock or getting bluffed by Marvin, and then that's it. So I don't know. I don't think Tony's adding anything to the show. And then
she's gonna be a problem down the line.
Maybe, but I mean, she's a problem for me now. And then the whole thing with Jukebox and her little puppy love relationship is not adding any value to the show. However, I'm assuming that the little girl is probably gonna end up getting killed. And I'm assuming that's gonna be something that is a traumatic scene for Jukebox or Juke, as Lewis started calling her now, her new nickname. Juju. But Juju, it wasn't a bad episode, but it didn't do a lot for me either.
Okay, so I think both of y'all had interesting takes, but pretty similar, and I'm about the same. As far as the Tony Marvin thing, one thing that y'all didn't mention that I thought was, I don't know, either unnecessary or kind of strange, was the way he acted when she kind of tried to cuddle with him. Like, it made no sense to me.
It made no sense to me either.
It was an unnecessary ad for no reason. Like, what is it trying to show us about Marvin, that he don't want to be intimate or something like that in a different non-sexual way? But it was just unnecessary to me. And the dog, taking the dog back, I'm not so sure about that anyway. But like you said, Tony.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but since you're talking about Tony and Marvin and the dog, that was also odd to me that she wasn't feeding the dog. She loved animals so much, so why would she all of a sudden stop feeding the dog that Marvin gave her? And then why did Marvin care enough to say, "You ain't fed him in over a day? I'm taking him back with me," and then take the food from the bodega? So to me, that was odd and kind of out of character for both of those characters. So I didn't understand that at all. But my bad.
Well, hopefully they're trying to bring something back, and I guess we'll see. But today it was odd. Next, I didn't really care for the Jess scene in the studio with old dude, but it seemed like they want us to think that it's gonna be some conflict with Lou, but at the same time, it seemed like they want us to think that maybe it won't be. So look like he gonna Try to get Juke sometime with him next week, so I guess we'll see. But the dynamic so far, like Rav mentioned, is not really my focal point. The focal point is the drug game with Rock and Kanan, and of course the brothers and Juke, but more so from the drug game side, not necessarily their individual sides or their love life or whatever. Like Rav mentioned about Juke saving the security guard. Like I figured that was going to be the guy who caught her. Although I don't know how he caught her, but that was going
No
to
way
be
he
the
should have got in
Where did
front
you
of
come
her.
from?
Yeah, no way he should have got in front of her.
that was gonna be the one, and he let her go. So that was her one free pass, and then maybe that's gonna put on the straight and narrow or whatever. So I'm okay with her getting out of the game because obviously we know she's gonna become a cop, so we know that she's obviously gonna get out some kind of way, even if it's kind of like a dirty cop. But still, it's something going on. So I'm not too mad about Juke's storyline. Aside from her relationship with the girl, I don't care for that so much because it's unnecessary to me. I felt like the little diner scene with her and Lulu was pretty good. That was some decent writing. You know, it was kind of him teaching her stuff, and it was also her telling her about her dad was kind of a deadbeat. And she didn't want she thought he was better than that, but then Lulu was like, your dad wants you to get everything for yourself like we did, so you know how to do it. So there was also kind of a little point in Marvin's already lacking column, but it is
Yeah,
what it is.
it
But
was good for Marvin. It was a
but
good point for Marvin.
Rav hit the I think so. Rav hit the nail on the head when he said, "Why would Marvin drive his car into the back of the van?" First of all, the only car that was disabled was his. Like it played no role. He didn't
His
kill
car was
anybody.
totaled, and the
Total.
van was still drivable.
Yeah, the he didn't kill anybody when he rammed into the car.
You
He didn't
stop him.
shoot anybody. They got away, and it was good that he took out the dude that was holding Kanan hostage. But like Ralph said, why would the dude holding Kanan hostage? He should have been trying to get out of there or take Kanan with him while he got out. So it was just stupid for him to just be standing there with Kanan
Or
on his
take Kanan
knees.
out. Or take Kanan
Or
out.
take Kanan out. Yeah, he'd already said he knew he was there. So nevertheless, I think this was a kind of a power episode for Unique because Unique took out his homeboy and Kanan kind of told the backstory how them jokers started out as school age kids going through Pop Warner and Little League and stuff like that, and then Unique took him out. So Unique said he was on crack. So I never noticed that in the other episodes. That seemed a little
I know
strange
that
to
he
me.
was smoking when they was doing the drop, but I didn't know it was crack. I was just assuming he was
Yeah,
smoking weed.
cigarette or
Yeah,
weed or something.
yeah.
Yeah, but so that was kind of a power move for Unique to take him out. It's no loyalty in the streets. Of course, everybody wants you to be loyal, but when it comes down to their business, there's no loyalty in the streets. So I thought that was pretty strong for Unique to take him out.
But it bothered me a little bit though because
I didn't care for it, but it was it was the thing he felt he had to do, and I think he had to make that power move.
But how? I mean, what was the rationale for killing the dude? Obviously, they got popped by the cops, but there was no indication that dude informed the cops he was there
Sloppy.
and he was trying to get away.
I think it was because he wasn't at the spot. He was the only one that was loose, and then he was the first one to notice it. Remember, he wasn't in the car, so when it was
But
going
he was
down,
lookout. He was lookout. He
was
the one that saw the
standing up.
cops.
Yeah,
he was the one that saw the
5-0.
cops.
yeah, he saw the cop, but he was over there smoking and not actually doing the drop.
But I think he was a lookout, Ralph. I think he was a lookout. He was there with him. I mean, that's the impression I got. Because he was like 10 feet away from the car when he called it out. It wasn't like he was
Yeah,
down the
but
street.
if he was a lookout, that man was like he was smoking, looking toward the wall. Then he turned around and saw the cops.
He saw the van windows get
Saw the
fogged.
van,
Yeah. I think honestly, I thought he was doing his job, but I don't think he dropped the ball. Obviously, we don't know. I mean, Unique them don't know that Rock was the one that tipped off Howard, but I think dude didn't do anything to justify his killing.
Yeah, I agree with you to a degree, Ken, and well, I agree with you, Ken, but at the same time, from Unique's perspective, I feel like the dude was sloppy, and if he was messing with that stuff, then he knew that he was gonna get more and more sloppy. So this was like the first big time hit against Unique, at least that we've seen, and he feels like this dude is responsible, and he's letting these other guys know. All of y'all are replaceable. Even this guy, I love this guy. He said that he loved that guy.
Power play.
He pulled the trigger. There's a power
Yeah,
play.
but I feel like it was a little bit sloppy writing, like from ketchup. It was type ketchup writing. Like Unique had to explain to us that dude was a junkie, hitting the glass pipe and stuff like that. We didn't see it through their normal actions or interactions. So I feel like they wrote that and gave Unique that speech to try to put the pieces together for us. What every other time we saw this dude, which may have not been a lot, but the other time we saw this dude, he gave us no indication that he was a crackhead or anything.
But we knew that he was strange. Remember, he was listening to Paul Abdul and
that make you strange.
Come on, listen to Paul Abdul in the middle of a drop.
He thought she was hot.
Yeah, he did.
Whatever,
you never listened to an artist just because of the way she looked?
And then, man,
answer the question.
I got this question, man.
Answer the question.
What you say?
You never listened to an artist because of the way she looked?
I'll become a fool.
I said anything about saying you dodging. You ducking and dodging, man.
Give me an example. What artist do I like just because of the way she looked?
No, I'm not. I don't. You don't have to give me examples. I'm just asking you a question. Have you ever listened to somebody sing or a video or watched a video because of the way the person looked, not necessarily on the content of the song?
Nah, man, not like that.
Yeah, I watch a video. I ain't gonna be
not
true.
true.
I watch a video. I'm talking about like has to be a fan of a song because of how somebody looked. No.
Yeah.
We come from the era where we heard on the radio first anyway.
True.
I still don't
call it a reason for him to be strange because he said he liked Paul Abdul. I think you're reaching.
I can't. Go ahead.
Reason.
Say that again. Say again.
Huh?
What did you say? Again?
They made a point to put that in there for some reason. Like they made a point to highlight him acting like that for some reason. But here's my question, man. You see how unique when he got like 6-7 dudes with him? How come the only person that rocked him got a Scrappy? Marvin went to go get Scrappy. Scrappy got food poisoning, and now ain't nobody else to help him. Yeah. What's going on? What kind of organization is this? So
well, you know they tight.
Kid?
Well, you know they're a tight knit organization. They not as big as Unique. So right now they rhyme with family only. I think that's the only thing it is. That's the only reason. I don't think they just don't have a big organization yet. When Ghost was going on, it was usually just Ghost and Tommy at first.
That's true. Knows, but that was
Julito and
it was a whole bunch of them. They just was. They had some workers up under them.
They did have guys underneath them, but what I'm saying is I think Rock is not as expanded yet, and that's why she got a small organization.
Okay.
Let me get back to my reaction. The last thing I get to before we get to the next segment is Kanan cooking spaghetti. Man, what the heck?
This ain't our Kanan, man.
This ain't our Kanan. That's took the words right out of my mouth, Ken. This ain't our Kanan right now. But I feel like Rock is a little reckless. I hate to use that word so much, but I feel like Rock is a little reckless with Symphony, man.
Really?
Yeah, she's sending Kanan to his class and stuff. She bringing him home for dinner and stuff. Actually, she forgot about the dinner. Nevertheless, it is what it is. So I can't be mad that Rock trying to get some love, but at the same time, we already mentioned that most of these love stories get on our nerves. Anyway,
true.
Fellowship is going to the comments. Let us know what you thought about our reaction or what you thought about this week's show. I thought it was an okay show too. I think that they had some action scenes, but the first one with Unique and then the end one with Unique's crew, they left a little bit more to the imagination. They could have made it a little longer or brought it in before the end of the show so we can actually see some fallout. But I guess that's how TV works. All right, our next segment, you know what it is. It's the Gots to Go segment, and I'll go ahead and explain that, Big Ham. That's where we pick characters from the show, specifically 3 characters that we feel like are in the way of our criminal protagonists, and they need to be eliminated from the show in the most brutal, murderous way possible. Ken, we're going to let you go first.
Yeah, it's easy. My number 3 Gots to Go is Jess. Jess is getting on my nerves. She making Lou weak. Lou is one of the dudes that we all we really like. We depend on Lou. He's a hard one. He's a calm one. He's a collected one. And Jess is clouding his head. And so Jess got to go. And then, her hugging up on dude and stuff like that. He already flirting with her to my, if I'm going to work with your brother, we're going to have to work closely together. And she's still hugging up on him and stuff like that. And then, it just so happened that Lou walked in on it. But yeah, Jess, that's easy for me.
Big Al?
Number 3 is Jess, man. It's just I can just see it causing a problem. And then also on top of the fact that we found out that Jukebox was trying to get down with this crew too. And then she can't get in there. She got to pay. and she just walked in, and of course she gonna have to pay, but she gonna have to pay with her body rather than with some green. So if she loyal to Lulu, I she'll be paying with her body, and she down to pay with her body, whatever it takes. That's what she said, right?
Yeah, that's what she
Whatever it
said.
takes, right? So what if somebody get the drop on her and need to find out what's going on with Lulu in the game? Whatever it takes, right? She got to go.
Yeah.
My
All
number
right.
3 got to go is Jess.
Okay. I can't be mad at y'all, but I'm gonna go a different route. My number 3 is got to go is a new one for the list, and that's Davina.
Ooh.
Davina got to go because she, I know she loyal to her mother, and that's commendable. But in the game for our criminal protagonist, she cannot be trusted. She has broken the trust ASAP. Like she
We
found this
already lost
information.
money and powder.
Yep.
She found out this information last week, and Unique easily manipulated her to give her the drop, and she gave it up. Trying to help her mom. She said, make sure Kanan is safe, but that nobody ever does that, man.
No.
Make sure this person is not touched. Nobody ever does that. I like Davina. I commend her for taking care of her sister and looking out for her mother, but this has got to go where we're looking out for our criminal protagonist, and that is not Davina. It's Kanan and it's Rock and their organization. So Davina already gave up the drop. They already got hit hard, put Kanan's life in danger. So
Should have been gone.
he probably should have. Davina is
Hey,
my number 3. Got to
I
go.
yeah, go ahead. But I was going to ask this question. Did Unique give them the directive not to harm Kanan?
Not on camera.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
we
think he
don't know.
did. But,
Yeah. But remember, Unique said, I gotta know. I need to decide whether I'm gonna hit Rock in the body or in the head. But nevertheless, that was just a side note. It didn't necessarily, specifically point out Kanan or anything like that. But again, my number 3 got to go. I don't feel too bad about it, but it's not like I'm happy to say it. But it's Davina. Yeah, she got to go. She is a weak
Liability.
link, a liability. There you go. She's a
everybody's
liability.
love interest is a liability, man,
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
in the show.
All right.
Go ahead and
Since
snake it, Keith. Go ahead and give us your number
Yeah,
2.
I'm gonna go ahead and give my number 2, and my number 2 is the biggest antagonist to our protagonist right now, and that's Unique. Unique is the one that got Davina into this. Unique is the main one. Unique is calling the shots. Unique is putting hits out on people. Unique is my number 2. Got to go, no doubt about it. Ken.
You know what? I'm bringing back an oldie but a goodie. My number 2 got to go is Marvin. Marvin still messing up, man. Marvin, like I alluded to it in my reaction, man. Marvin shouldn't have had Kanan at the stash house. Marvin should be the reason that Kanan is dead, but obviously Kanan can't die because he's the lead character, and we know he only dies at the hands of Tariq's whack self. So we gotta go. I gotta go with Marvin because that's the only reason that Kanan is still alive is because he has to live to become an adult. But Marvin is the one that brought him there. Marvin is still just too reckless. I mean, it was cool that he came out shooting at the guys, but like Ralph said, it would have been the smart thing would have been to ambush them, take out the driver and the other guy. That way you don't lose your product. He ran into the back of it and then just started wildly shooting, and then went into the house and tricked the kid to killing this little kid. But the kid wasn't smart. Like you said, the kid should either ran, killed Kanan, then ran, or just ran when he heard the shots outside, or at least went outside to see what was going on. But instead, he just stood there with the gun on Kanan. Now, obviously, that probably what he was supposed to be doing, but still, man, you got to be able to adapt. But yeah, Marvin got to go. And I was actually getting sad saying they have an opportunity to write something that would be a bombshell by killing Marvin in this episode, by letting him get popped at the stash house by Unique's guys. But they didn't do it like that. So that would have been, to me, that would have been great writing. That would have been a shock, but it would have been so hard for the show to do. It would have gave me a lot more respect. So I'm gonna do it myself.
It's a little early, man.
That's why it would have been so cool, man, if they done it this early. That
What
would
was
have
it,
been
episode 3 or episode 4?
episode 4.
Yeah, they got to at least get to episode 6 or 7 before Marvin get off.
It would have been a legit move to do that though, man. But
All
yeah,
right,
Marvin.
Big Ham. Yep. All right, Big Ham. What's your number 2?
My number 2 got to go.
Yeah.
It's definitely Marvin, bro.
Okay.
I'm with Ken all day. Listen, once Marvin goes, you're gonna see the organization become so much better, so much tighter. It's gonna be run so much better because he's just a screw up.
Yeah.
He's a screw up in every sense of the word, man.
Yeah.
He's a screw up, and him just out of broad daylight, just everything was just messy.
Yep.
Out of broad daylight, moving it right at the Stans house, also down there. The fact that you gotta waste time to even pack up. Money just sitting everywhere.
Everywhere.
Come on, you really don't even know how much you got. Don't tell Rock.
Throwing around.
It's just Reese. Come on, man. That whole thing is supposed to be ran by him is not ran well. He got to go, man. He's a liability.
Yes, he is.
He's a liability. Then he caused a problem with this crazy girlfriend of his. She gonna end up being a liability at some point because he gonna tick her off enough to make her want to trade out.
Mm-hmm.
Marvin got to go, man.
All right, let me go ahead and jump back in, and I think you guys know why. My number one that I chose was Marvin, and I'll tell you the same exact reason that you guys gave, with the addition of Marvin is like the comic relief of the family. You know what I mean? Like you can't be this guy that's making these stupid mistakes, these risky mistakes, these clownish mistakes, and be in the top of the game of
number
top
3 in the organization, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, number 3 in the organization.
Not only that, man, Marvin is the sole reason that Kanan's life was put in that. Well, I take it back. So Davina had a good bit to do with it, but Rock had already told Kanan, "You're done at the stash house," and Marvin pulled him back in. So I have to say, Marvin is the sole reason why Kanan was in that predicament. And like Ken said, "Hey, I'm gonna leave you here," and I was like, "That's not smart."
Nope.
I'm gonna be gone for like 20 minutes. That's not smart.
Now, I already knew it was coming.
I know Marvin came back and quote saved the day, at least for Kanan, not with the product, but he saved the day. But he's the reason why Kanan was in that predicament. Now him and the dude that had the bad kung pao chicken, they might have been in that same predicament, and then who knows what would have happened. Scrap. Yeah. But at the same time, man, it's my number one is Marvin, man. I like Marvin. I actually like his character, but at the same time, this is about our criminal protagonists, not their family, not who makes us laugh or do stupid stuff. Marvin is the one that's got to go, and hopefully he'll be able to flip the switch on the family and let them know, hey, we lost him because he was reckless. Now we got to make sure our stuff is in line and let's get it right for him. You know what I mean? In spite of him or whatever. Yeah. Ken, go ahead with your number 2.
My number 1.
I'm number 1. Sorry.
Is nope, Davina. It is Davina. Davina is my number 1. If there was no Davina, there would have been no Unique camped out at the stash house.
That's true.
Davina is my number 1. I almost had Unique, but honestly, I said not much happened on this episode, and I still stand by that. But what did happen was caused by Davina. Davina almost got Kanan killed. Davina got half of their product and their money stolen. It's Davina all the way. And honestly, Davina was trying to do the right thing. Davina was trying to get help for her mother, which she had no idea that Unique is going to follow through on this. But Davina's just being a kid because that's what she is, but it's her fault. Now, ultimately, and I may take some flack for this, ultimately, it's Kanan's fault for even going out there and showing her the house. But Kanan gets a pass this week. Davina is my number 1. Got to go this week. For this episode, it's Davina.
This episode. Yeah. Finish it off, Big Ham.
My number 1, got to go, is the owner of the bodega.
Okay.
Hey, he's too jumpy, man. He's too jumpy. He interjected too much stuff that's none of his business. He ran his mouth too much. Shut up. He already beat his wife. Yep. Let's go ahead and get him up out of here. Let her take over and take care of her and get her right, because he ain't the guy. He gonna mess around and get us caught and get us some bed time. Get him up out of here, man, so we can have this new stash spot and be straight. Yeah. This dude too jumpy. I just don't like him. He got to go. Now, of course, I want my number 1 to be Omar Epps' character every episode. Even though he wasn't in this, I started to bring him back anyway. Of course, Unique should be here somewhere because he's our main antagonist. And he actually got some footing on us. But this bodega owner got to go in the worst way, bro.
Got to go.
So let me make a counterpoint to the bodega dude, Ralph. I don't necessarily know if he is as jumpy as you think he is. I think he is a male chauvinist who thinks that a woman can't tell him what to do. And since this organization is operating in his establishment, he feels that he should have more of a leadership role in it. But don't get me wrong, I'm 100% behind you and him got to go. But I want to give him a little bit of credit. I'm not sure he's as jumpy as he wants. I think he's just a super jerk. And he's got that mentality that he should be running the shots no matter what.
Yeah, that's even worse. He got to go. Don't be coming here and ask me about my product, how much I'm putting in, how much money. Do what you get paid to do and shut up.
Yeah, that's right. And that's what his wife would do.
That's right. Hey, and let's give a call out. I know Marvin has been on our list constantly, but let's give a call out to Marvin, who actually talked to his wife. Was it Marvin or Lulu who talked to them?
Lulu talked to the wife.
I take it back. Yeah, I take it back. It was Lulu that talked to the wife. So the wife obviously is going to end up being the runner of this.
And Lulu also noticed. He also looked at her and saw that her eye was black that first time too.
Exactly.
Lulu gonna put him down soon.
Probably. You need to be
put
down
Jess. That Reggie Jackson.
Yeah.
Put on Jess.
Reggie Jackson. I missed what you had, kid. I missed it.
I said you need to be putting down Jess.
Yeah, he can do that too.
Yeah, take out Famous too. Why not?
Yeah, back to back.
Like Drake. Yep. All right, fellowshippers. Thanks for joining us today. Make sure you go in the comments and let us know what you thought about our Gots to Go. And if you got some Gots to Goes that we didn't put on the list, let us know, and we'll definitely take a look at it and let you know our thoughts. Ken, go ahead and end it.
All right, fellowshippers. Thanks again for tuning in to the Fellowship Hall with the Twins and Ralph. Go ahead and keep watching our videos. As Big Ham implored to you guys on last week, don't just watch. Make sure you smash that like and that subscribe button so we can get our viewership up. You can follow us on Facebook at the Fellowship Hall, also on YouTube at the Fellowship Hall. You can follow Big Ham on Facebook at Raphael Hammond, and then hit him up on Instagram and Twitter at HamDog22. As always, thank you guys for joining us. Be blessed, fellowship.
Be blessed.